Is it safe to say that the finger pointing is going to begin once this coronavirus pandemic is over?
I don't think so. I think that the finger pointing has already started. Look at how the crisis inside the World Health Organization is now being developing. China has put some pressure, political pressure, to kind of turn a blind eye on the start of a crisis in its country, and it's now ushering into a bigger crisis within the organization once the United States have removed and taken back the funding to the organization. It's already being now a finger pointing problem that's turning the sanitary crisis into a diplomatic crisis.
I agree with your assessment that it's not just finger pointing. That has to begin. It's already begun. Probably the gloves are going to come off in a few months' time. But let me ask you this, because the crisis clearly has put a lot into focus in terms of the role of multilateral organizations like the World Health Organization. Every so often they come out, give their daily briefings. But at the end of the day, we have people rallying around the flag. People are doing what national states are telling them to do.
That's right. Well, I think that it's a fair point, but we also need to take into account the fact that multilateral organizations are nothing but what the nation states decide them to do. There are actually agencies that which mandate are being designed and sustained by nation states. And if you look at the World Health Organization, it's absolutely fair to have a sort of post-mortem discussion around how they've been managing the crisis. But we also need to take into account the fact that this is the one only organization that is capable of universal and international coordination of research programs that are now in position to faster develop a vaccine and a treatment to the disease of the coronavirus. So if we take the only stance, like the unilateral stance of the US, which have been removed from the organization, then we are undermining our own capacity as nations to develop faster a solution to this crisis, which is absolutely needed.
But okay, the World Health Organization is one institution. We also have the European Union here. We talk about more Europe. Emmanuel Macron, the French president, wants a greater Europe, more Europe. But at the same time, Europe does not have a common policy with how to deal with a pandemic.
That's absolutely right. Actually, we face this situation as we face this sovereign debt crisis that we've had in the 2010 period with Greece probably bailing out at that time. And we actually face the same situation. Either we develop a joint answer, a common political solution to this situation that enables us to face both the short-term financial disruptions around the crisis and long-term solutions to rebuild our welfare state and to reallocate capital to our own jobs and investments. Or we have a dislocated, dismantled response to this, but that's not, again, the responsibility of the European Union itself. The European Union at this level of policy making is about national leaders, and the European Council is actually made of 27 heads of state and government. Those are the ones making decisions, meaning our national leaders are making decisions. So we cannot blame the Union, which is only the result of this global process that we need to foster.